Hello, and welcome back to What's the Safe Word? I'm Bolt, and
I am Matthew.
he's my special guest on whatever day this is of the Christmas gaze that we're doing.
Hey, December.
Good. That's exactly what it is. We're just gonna talk today. We're gonna interview him about kinky things. He's a writer, YouTuber also.
I'm on the YouTubes. I do videos pretty much every week about LGBT issues.
Yeah.
I have a podcast called The Sewers of Paris where I talk to gay men about entertainment. Got another podcast called Defining Marriage where I talk to my partner about what's happening with marriage equality week to week, because there's a lot happening right now.
There's a lot. We're not gonna get into that.
Yeah.
Politics is not for this show.
It's not the cheeriest, most festive of topics at
What?
the moment.
No, we're gonna talk about sex.
Yay! And I also do a gamer project where
Oh.
I'm talking to gay gamers, LGBT gamers, about what happens when game culture and gay culture collide. That's called Playing with Pride.
Oh, are you personally into BDSM things?
Kind of like an anthropological observer of a lot of these things. So I find myself in kinky environments frequently. And writing about stuff and doing videos. Like I have an Instagram where the jockstrap, what is it? Jockstrap? No, singlets. Singlet party last night.
Yeah.
And put up a bunch of pictures of singlets on my Instagram.
That's a reason to follow him. I have seen you out a lot in a safari hat and like
Yes.
ranger gear, and you're like, oh yes, the wild gay.
I'm like camouflage behind bushes and things. Not that kind of bushes. I'm like LL Cool J in the movie Toys. That's a timely reference that everyone will get.
Oh my god, that movie is such a good movie.
It is weird. I don't know how we got on the topic of toys, but now that we're on it,
Yeah.
it is such a bizarre, strange movie. And Joan Cusack is so lovely. They're trying to talk about vomit, and
Yeah.
like the walls are just closing in.
Tetricity.
Why do we have coconut and mushrooms here?
This is diarrhea. This doesn't belong here.
We'll send over to Peter in the poop department.
Anyway, so the answer to your question, am I kinky, is the movie Toys. Here's the thing, is I don't think you need permission to have a fun, sexy time. And
No.
a lot of people feel as though they do, like they need an excuse to get kinky. But you know, I was just at Singlet night. It's just like, hey, everybody, come on, take your clothes off and let's have a good time and squeeze some butts. And you do, and you don't need like, and now there's this huge framework and here are the rules we have to negotiate and everything. You know, have a good time.
I think that is something people should be aware of. Kinky things are easy to get into and don't always require like this in-depth planning.
I've learned in my documenting of kinks and porn and stuff like that, whatever you can imagine. And what is it? It's Rule 34?
There's actually a Google search engine that I found the other day that was a Rule 34 board.
Oh.
I typed in mayonnaise.
Of course. What's the one? the sloppy food one? Is it Gunge?
Gunge sounds familiar, but I only associate it with lime green. That's a flag color if you're into sloppy food porn.
Okay. Is it because of like slime on You Can't Do That on Television?
I don't know.
Ah.
I don't know.
When I came out gay, I came out around Christmas, around this time.
Aw.
I went back for the holidays and I told my parents I was bisexual because it was a soft coming out. I was out here in Seattle and I was avoiding all contact with them. I was there for 2 days and I came back and I was like, sit on that.
Good advice. Good advice in any context.
Yeah, drop a bomb and leave. That's, you know, it's like the very fart in a room and just get out.
Yeah.
It's not your fault.
You just gotta let them know this is the way it is, and if you have a problem with it, you'll have to deal with it. Well, honestly, I talk to a lot of gay people about their coming out. So I've got this podcast, Sewers of Paris, where I talk to gay people about their past with entertainment and movies and books and shows and things. A lot of people will talk about how they were like, oh, I was so stealthy about it, so secretive, and nobody knew. And then I came out and told people, and they're like, yeah, obviously. We think we're really good at keeping it a secret, but often when gay people come out, often the reaction is like, yeah, I know. So I came out in spurts.
Ooh.
Very tasteful word. The first person I said the words to was this guy who I don't think I ever saw again. I was in high school and I met this guy. This is very gay.
Yeah.
I met this guy through musical theater. Gay men meet all of their friends. And he went to another high school that had put Godspell on the previous year. And so they wanted to see how we were doing Godspell. So he came to see me as Jesus. I had long hair then. And then we became friends. I can't remember his name. This is awful, but he had a car. So we could drive around and go to stuff. Where did we go? We went to like a Best Buy. Oh my God, it was around Christmas. That's right, because
Christmas coming out.
we went Christmas shopping for our families.
What?
At like a Best Buy or something. He was like introducing me to other musical theater, other people who knew that we were gay, and I had never said the words. We're just driving there in the car, and it's like as nonchalantly as I possibly could. I was like, yeah, my parents don't even know know that I'm gay. And I like said the words for the first time and it was amazing in this car with this guy. And then I like probably never saw him again. We may have hung out a few times after that. And then my parents found out by accident because, oh my God, I was writing an email to this same person. And I wrote in the email something like, careful how you write to me because my parents don't know that I'm gay. So you have to understand, this was 1996 or so.
Right.
Not only did like nobody have email, but there weren't like that many free, I don't think there were any free email services. Hotmail didn't exist, I don't think, at that time.
Was this like a family
It was
shared...
a family shared email
no.
account. The whole family had one email account because, I mean, literally this is like dial-up on 14.4 modem. Why would you need more than one email account for a family? You only have one mailbox. My parents are, for some reason, going through like sent mail, probably because they are smart enough to realize, oh, we have a teenager in the house and this internet thing is pregnant with possibility, so maybe it would be good to monitor his internet activity. And so they found, I don't resent them for doing this. I think that it's just good parenting.
Yeah.
And so they found this email and confronted me, and everything was great. Like, my parents were great. Not the most knowledgeable, but so well-intentioned and supportive.
Being part of the LGBT community,
Yay.
what do you think is, as a Christmas present, the best gift that the LGBT community has given to you?
Oh, so I will say I just went to see this amazing show that we have here in Seattle called Homo for the Holidays. It's so good. It's Ben de la Creme, who you may have seen on Drag Race and a million other places, who's amazing, and Cher Donna, and Lou Henry Hoover, and Kitten LaRue, and these amazing performers. It's so good. Anyway, so Ben opens the show by saying to the audience, like, who here is straight and who is gay? And, you kind of feel the audience, like, soften a bit, that, like, they're being spoken to and acknowledged. And then Ben says, and so I have a special gift to all of you. I give you the gift of homosexuality, the greatest gift I have to give. You are all honorary gays for tonight. That is a wonderful gift.
So sweet.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I like that. As Ben de la Creme gave you a safe word for the night, I guess it's a safe word. Sure, whatever. We do safe words here on What's a Safe Word. What is today's safe word, Matt?
It's the jingling of sleigh bells.
Jingle, jingle, jingle. Oh, ooh, plugs.
Plugs! Yes.
Butt plugs.
Of all the things I have to plug, I have so many... Okay, let me redo that. I have so very many things to plug before we go. So I've got my podcast, The Sewers of Paris. I've got my YouTube channel, youtube.com/MattBaum. I've got my project Playing with Pride. That's at playingwithpride.com, where I talk to gay gamers about the entertainment and games and things and how games change their lives. And then I've got my other podcast, Defining Marriage, at definingmarriage.com. And and of course you can find me on Twitter. Twitter.com/MattBaum.
Don't forget to jingle that like button. Tell us about your Christmas-related gay story. Did you come out at Christmas?
Or a Hanukkah coming out, or a Maulid is another holiday around this time.
Yuletide.
Yeah.
Festive.
Yeah, just Yules in general.
Yeah. And don't forget to subscribe to What's Safe Word. We'll see you next time. Bye! That Ira Glass thing. You were so lucky to talk to Ira Glass.
I know, I talked to Ira Glass. It was amazing. And so I was supposed to talk to him for like 20 minutes, and it wound up being like an hour, because he was so generous with his time. And then, so like halfway through, he was like, oh, I gotta go to this thing tonight. And I thought he was like talking me off the phone. And I was like, okay, well, thanks so much. And he's like, so I could switch to a cell phone so I can talk to you on my way. Okay, yeah, sure. We can do that.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta come up with some more questions for you on the fly, but yeah. And weirdly, by like the end of it, I was kind of comforting him about, like, reassuring him that he has a good show.
Yeah.
Because he was like, well, because he's got this touring show. And he's like, well, hopefully people will come see it and hopefully they'll get something out of it. I'm like, I'm pretty sure
You're Ira Glass.
Yeah,
I don't think they care.
I think it'll be alright.